But just a devastating year for your industry. Can you talk us through how you've navigated the past year?
Yeah, look, like everybody, it's been very, very tough. We went from an environment in March last year where we lost 97% of our revenue. Even now, today, nearly a year on, we're still lost over 80% of our revenue. Some of our companies, our promoting companies, literally have not made a dollar or brought a dollar in because we've been unable to tour for all of that time. And that affects us as a big company, but there's many hundreds, if not thousands, of small sole traders, small companies who are affected in our industry, and all the ancillary people across the various threads of live entertainment have suffered. But look, there's great spirit in the live entertainment industry, and people love what they do, and by and large, people are hanging in there, but it has been extraordinarily tough.
Well, there's all this air of positivity, of course, the vaccine being rolled out around the world and now here, and a lot of the world is just skipping along the road, the property market's booming. But there are certain areas, like your area, travel, hospitality, that are still really struggling, and this isn't something that's going to go away in a hurry. How important is it for government to look closely at the industries worst affected when they think of JobKeeper and other things?
Yeah, look, vitally important, and you've summarised it really well. We sometimes think we get left out or forgotten in the narrative about industries that are suffering, but our industry employs well over 100,000 people, and the hotels, the restaurants, the catering companies, the hire car companies, and everyone else that depends on all of this industry bringing live shows is equally affected. So look, there's glimmers of light with the vaccine, and I've been very complimentary, and our industry has been supportive of what the federal government have done. JobKeeper has been a godsend. We recognise that it can't exist for everybody, and there are many companies that are doing well throughout COVID, and that's great for our country and our economy. But we need to look at some targeted program for industries like the live entertainment industry, travel and tourism, and that's what we're respectfully asking the government to entertain.
Yeah, because a lot of people in your industry weren't qualified to have JobKeeper because a lot of people were perhaps freelancers and so forth. So it's been certainly a lot of struggle there, and several concerts and festivals, they're being cancelled. How did you manage this with the ticket holders?
Yeah, look, cancellations, promoters have endeavoured to cancel as few concerts and festivals as possible, but that's an inevitability. If the artists can't get into the country and people can't get to a show, that happens. But there's been cancellations. When something's been cancelled, people have been refunded their tickets in entirety. But a lot of shows have been postponed. The nature of our industry, that it's an emotional attachment people have to go to see their favourite band or comedian or whatever type of artist it is, and they want to see them and they're prepared to wait, and so a lot of shows have been postponed in the hope that as vaccines roll out and the world starts to live with COVID-19, that those shows will eventuate. Something like about probably between 10 to 20% of people want a refund to a postponed show, and they get that refund. But thankfully for all of us industry, the fans love wanting to see their favourite act, and a lot of them have retained their tickets, which has been great news for us.
Just getting back to the government thing a bit, and I want to hear more of what you and your industry has done, because you've lobbied Josh Frydenberg and others at federal level.
Yeah, what we did, we started probably about April of last year. We formed an amalgam called the Live Entertainment Industry Forum, and the design was we didn't have a voice. We weren't as organised as an industry. The Live Performance Australia is a peak body for us, and they've done a tremendous job and have worked tirelessly. But the concert side of it, the festival side, they've all got little associations. We formed the Live Entertainment Industry Forum, and we went behind closed doors. We didn't grandstand. We went and we've spoken to government at every level, Prime Minister, Treasurer, our Minister, Minister Fletcher, who've all been really receptive and have heard us. We recently wrote to the Treasurer and our Minister saying, look, we understand JobKeeper is finishing. Can there be a targeted program for our industry? That is something we are focused on. We understand we're commercial people. We understand the realities of commercial, but this industry is hurting. It's not just the bigger players like my company, but there are, as I literally thousands of sole operators and small companies that are integral to this business that are really, really suffering. And unfortunately, there's a lot of those sort of people and companies, and I know my own company, people are looking at other opportunities because they've got to put food on the table for their families. So it's a big issue and an issue that is ongoing for us.
Yeah, a massive flow-on effect, as you said. It's all the way from the cameramen to the cleaners to everyone. There's just so many people involved. Prior to COVID, of course, we had the devastating bushfires across Australia, and Firefight was such a huge success. Do you think that we're going to see other fundraising events of that scale in Australia to support your industry?
Look, we toyed with it in a way. Look, Firefight, it's hard to believe that was a year ago, or just over a year ago, and it was a momentous day for our industry, for our country. The selflessness of the artists. We had. It was just an unbelievable day, and we reflect really proudly on that day and the $11.1 million that was given to a range of really worthy causes, which has all got to those causes. So we looked at that. We've talked about it about something ongoing, but the reality is it's hard to get artists together. It's hard to get put those things on. So at the moment, it's not something that we're actively looking at in terms of putting on some sort of benefit. What we'd really like to do is be able to, one of I think as big an issue as not be able to get 100% crowds into venues is our ability to tour. Get across borders. People. You start a tour. The artist rehearses. The artist hires people to rehearse. And if we don't know that we can get into WA or Queensland or whatever state it is, it's really, really difficult to get going. And this constant changing and locking down borders is really affecting us and making it, in a tough environment, in an impossible environment, even tougher to plan and to forecast and to put things on. So that cross-border travel is something we really need to get sorted out as a country. And we're not after any special exemptions. We don't want any special treatment, but we want to be able to get on and do our business and bring joy and entertainment to people and to start getting our industry back and going.
Yeah, because we can't do much beyond our shores, but it is mind-numbing when epidemiologists come on here and say border closures are not the answer and they continue to be closed. Let's hope with the rollout of vaccinations and the moving of the right direction that they are history. We have a sense to be optimistic, hopefully, right across the board, and we wish you all the very best going forward, Geoff.
Thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your time and support.